What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we are hitting up that wiring. We're starting it up. Well, I don't know if we're going to start the truck. Hopefully by the end of the video we have the truck running. I'm really hoping. But the wiring, all the old stuff there, I'm going to go through and take out what I don't need and put that in the shed, and then so we just have the bare wiring. And in the truck I've got the Pro Dash right here. I've got the dash bezel and stuff like that over there. I got grommets right there, the big, they're like almost 2-inch round for running through the dash. We've got the book there. Back here, guys, we've got the main meat and potatoes here, the Terminator X package. So, just waiting on Kyle to show up. And by the way, guys, all the new guys, my name is Mike. Nice to meet you. I forgot to say that like a bunch of times over the last while. I've been meaning to, but you know, nice to finally introduce myself. I'm Mike, this is Tahoes and Turbos, and I'm so glad you're here. So now, I'm going to start cleaning this all up, getting stuff ready to go, and it's hammer time. But also, I got to do some stuff under here. I already took the battery out, and I put it in the house, so it doesn't, because it's well, here, let me show you guys. Yeah. It's cold out. Winter time in Canada. So yeah, I gotta take the intake off. I'm gonna take the intake cover off, take some stuff out of here so that I have more clear and clean view to drop all my wiring in. So I think I might start with the Terminator X stuff. And then, because this stuff here is just cutting out and taping. And so only thing I need to keep out of this is what I had before from the truck and the ignition wire. That's it. So, stay tuned, guys. I'll let you know what's up here pretty soon. Alright, guys. While I'm waiting on this throttle bracket to dry, I figured I'd paint it before we get everything all done. Otherwise, you know, it'll rust. So, should be good pretty soon, I'm thinking. Maybe. Looks like there's some shininess there. I don't know. Fuck it. I mean, flip it. Whatever. Anyways, I got all the wiring laid out here, as you guys can see. And I was just waiting on that before, because I'm going to put that in, then we're going to start on this. Right? I got the wiring for the injectors. We've got the wiring for the alternator. And we have the main harness. I left the other stuff, like the transmission, harness, and all that stuff in the truck, because we're just going to focus on this now. And once we get everything figured out with this, then we'll deal with that. I might end up doing that at home because, well, you guys have seen us do that already. So before we do this though, let's take this time to take a look at the book. So, and I apologize for the fan, it is cold. So, alright, well, we'll start here. Terminator X, yada yada yada. That's what I have, the 916, but mine's the T. This is all the table of contents. All the stuff. Right? It's like, holy jeez, there's so much stuff, right? But here's the cool thing pretty soon. I'll show you. Tells you all this stuff, the warnings, all that, right? Then you get into it. You got your list of parts with your part numbers. What they look like, which is really, really handy. And like the coolest thing, like it came with a welded bung even. Like that is cool. It tells you what tools you need. I think this is mostly for like other stuff. So I did realize I'm gonna have to get two. I have like 38mm bungs. I'm gonna have to get 2-inch ones to get so I can get it into the hood, into the engine or under the dash. So I'm gonna have to order those on Friday for me, which is like a week away. The wideband tells you, you know, proper way to do it all. ECU mounting even. It doesn't say anything. Oh. But is it watertight? I don't know. I wouldn't mind mounting it under the under the hood, but it might rack it. So I don't know, guys. Comment down below. Should we mount it under the hood or should we mount it under the dash? Because if it says as long as I have it like that, it should be fine. But I don't know. The do's and don'ts. Yada yada yada. Don't use taps, main battery stuff, the main harness, what it looks like. And then we get into like all of this. And the best part about all this stuff, guys, is it's all properly labeled and pictures, and you know, it's straight up idiot proof, like, you know, like optional stuff, required. I know we talked about this in the last video when I put the IAT sensor to MAT sensor, but yeah, this is optional, but I'm going to still run one, of course. This was my main problem. This is why we're here to begin with. Oil pressure. That's a cost of 5.7. Now I'm into a 5.3 with all of this LS nonsense. Coolant temps. I don't know why they just didn't put coolant temp, because they could fit like oil pressure. You know, why couldn't they put cool temp, right? I don't know. All the fuel pressure stuff, optional, which is cool. Oh, a wideband. Okay. Manifold air tap. This is what we changed. The cam sensor, the crank sensor with the heat shielding around it, which is awesome. Knock sensors, which I am going to plug in. Map sensor, and my factory one will work, because that's the plug right there. So my factory one will work. When I boost it, I'll have to get that one. But for now, my factory one works. TPMS, which we need the required throttle position sensor. We need that, and we need that. We need that, and it tells you too, you know, which is really sweet. There's some more info. Come over here to the coils, and it tells you, you know, odd and even. So now these guys are the most important part. Make sure they're at the back of the head, like they say. So I've been reading a lot online where a lot of guys have had issues with their setups, and this was the issue. So I'm going to be putting mine on their own separate spot, because on the back of the heads I have chassis ground, or like the body grounding into the head. So I'm going to move everything. Oh, stuff's falling off the roof and it made me poop my pants. Anyways, so here's the stuff for the CAN bus. And now we don't have that, you guys know that. We have something cooler, which is also sitting in the Tahoe. All this stuff. Okay, the loose wire bundle. See, like, it's so straightforward, guys. So straightforward, even for the fans. So I have those two. I have the electric fans that I bought, like these guys here, right? So this will go, you know, to the fuse block or whatever, and then these two here, I'll have to extend on them. That's not a big deal, but they go, you know, 1 and 2, whichever one I decide to be 1 and whichever one I decide to be 2. I can, you know, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't, and it's so easy. Just cut them off, wire them to that wire it to that wire. Done. Done. Simple. So, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, guys. And this is probably going to be a long video, so it's probably going to be done in parts. So, that way I'm not boring you guys with, like, you know, an hour-long video or 2-hour-long video of properly wiring up the Tahoe with the Holley. So, we're going to do it in like, parts. So, anyways, let's get back to the book. Alright. AC stuff, so I can run my AC if I want. I'm gonna probably end up getting rid of it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're probably gonna end up getting rid of AC. Well, you guys see what it looks like outside. We need heat more than anything. Here's the transmission stuff. All the transmissions that I can run. Oops, sorry, guys. If it's blurry, I'm on my phone. Transmission connector, VSS. So yeah, this has got to unplug from the back of my transfer case, and I got to plug this in. But I like the fact that I can, if the 4L60 blows up, I can just throw a 4L80 in, plug that wire in, tell it that I have a 4L80 now in the like the tuning wizard, which we'll get to in a little bit here, and Bob's your uncle, away we go. So only have to hook up, you know, brake light or brake switch, ground, power, and switch power. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. And here's what all the plugs look like, so you can find them. Like, you know, guys like Kyle, who are colorblind, would be able to do this no problem at all. Literally no problem at all. Okay, here's all the safety stuff, throttle body stuff. This is all drive-by-wire stuff that I don't need to worry about. And then here's just the wiring, ECU, pedal connector, throttle body connector. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't deal with any of that. Previous installation required. Okay, well, I've never installed one of these, but I'm pretty sure I can do it with all this info. So, but then here's where we get into like the tuning of it, like the wizard. Sorry guys. Handheld use, make adjustments. So, and like even this stuff is all, you know, right here in full color, like pictures, like, you know, injectors, your air fuel, your throttle position sensor, all that stuff. You know, it tells you how to do everything. You can check your data. Like, it's insane. The tuning, the calibration, tells you, you know, what to do, how to pick, like the very first startup, before you even start your vehicle, you gotta tell it, really tell it what engine, sorry guys, you've got. Like, you know, you come in here and you gotta tell it, you know, what kind of cubic inches you're working with, you know, your idle speed. I don't know what idle speed I'm gonna run at with the Tahoe. I'm thinking probably 700, 650, 700. So that's where it seemed to like it before. Your camshaft specs, you can, you know, to put in, when I upgrade, I can just tell it and it'll self-tune it. All this stuff, all the stuff. The injectors, when we upgrade injectors, we can just tell it and it'll go from there. Like everything, guys. Your power adders, part numbers for your injectors, and your map sensor, which is right here. That's the one that I've got. Or no, that's not the one I've got. But you guys see, there's the GM part number. So see what I mean? You guys get the gist of it, right? Like, it's, you know, ignition timing, wide open throttle. Like, I don't understand any of that stuff. Oh, it's because I'm not supercharged or turboed yet. So then we got this guys over here. So yeah, all this stuff here. This is a pretty long clip. So all that stuff. TPMS auto set, or TPS auto set. That's for I believe this is for drive-by-wire only. But we'll figure it out. Or it could be, I don't know, I can't remember. But we'll figure it all out. There's all the sensor stuff, verifications, startup. Yeah, tells you exactly what to do after startup. The learn features, all that. You keep going through it. Is this the last page? Yeah. The self-tuning stuff starts going, and then guess what? You can finally drive your car. Well, hopefully that was informative to some of you guys. The paint looks like it's dry almost here, so we're gonna put this on, and we're gonna get this wiring in, or we're gonna start laying it in and see where everything goes. Be right back. Well, guys, I'm kind of a bonehead, I guess. I just found out that somebody changed the injectors on this at one time, so my harness don't work. Now maybe I can unpin this and pin this into, you know, with the other one, right? Maybe I can unpin the plugs and redo it. I'm not sure, but for now I don't know what to do. I guess I can take it back off and just start worrying about this guy, and we start getting this guy in and see what else kind of surprises we'll find. Stay tuned. I have no idea what's gonna happen. If I didn't know or whatever, I'd get in trouble for copyright stuff. I'd put a picture of Simple Jack in right now, because that's how I feel when I'm working on this stuff. I feel like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. So, anyways, I'm just gonna try and see what happens. I'll let you know what we figure out here when I do. All right, folks. That's where we're gonna end this video. We got it was basically the looking at the wiring aside from the unboxing, and we got it all installed. I got it all plugged right in, and like I said, it's all labeled, right? Here's that plug we did last video, the mat sensor down there. The coolant temp sensor is plugged in, no problem at all right here. Sorry guys. We've got the only thing that's not, we got this side all done. The only things that are not plugged in yet, so we've got over here done. We even got the crank signal down there done. You guys probably can't see it. You see that silver wire right there? That's going to the crank. So I even pulled the old plug out that was in right there. You guys can just barely see her there. That's where the coolant temp sensor was for this truck originally. So I pulled that out. It's sitting over right there. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this one. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home and make supper for the kids. The only thing, like I said, that isn't plugged in right now is for the injectors, only because I got the wrong style harness, and that's that plug right there, and the oil pressure, which is that plug right there. Only because, sorry guys, I'm exhausted again, using the old 5.7 oil pressure sensor with that ICT billet adapter to work my gauges work. Now I don't need that. I can switch back to the Gen 3, which I still have. Bing, bada, boom, plug it in, away you go. So yeah, cam position sensor's all plugged in. Everything is plugged in and done. What I'm gonna do before I leave here today, and before I end this video, is we're gonna put it all back together and see just how tidy and clean it is. Of course, this isn't gonna be, proper. I'm gonna end up putting it through here. That's where I'm gonna run it. So I'm gonna end up taking these hoses off and all that and getting some more heat sleeving to run around it because of the headers. Then I'm gonna put it through here. And I was thinking, guys, instead of putting it under there like I was going to, I don't need airbags no more, so why don't I just make a bracket and put it right here? So that my passenger can see the Terminator X Max, and I can see the dash. I could do it. I was gonna put it in the glove box, but then I'm like, kind of need the glove box, and I could put it down by the passenger side on the floor of the board there, but somebody will kick it and break it. So I don't know, guys. Comment down below. Tell me where you think I should put it, and not between my cheeks. That was a very popular opinion in my family. Yeah. Gonna put it back together, and then we'll be back to end the video. And there we go, guys. Everything's all back together. What it's gonna look like when it's done. Except for, you won't see this. It'll be underneath everything and through there, all nice and neat. So, and maybe you won't see this. I gotta figure out where this is going, guys. If you guys know, comment down below. So I have no idea where this wire goes to, but it goes to somewhere in here. Like, somewhere in here, somewhere. Right, I know these are these going to the computer. And then these are just relays and stuff. And all this wiring goes somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. That's all part of it. So the battery's in the house because I don't want it to freeze. We got all the other wiring all done. That's all good. If it's up a bit, I wanted to keep it off the throttle linkage in there a bit if I can. That's still all nice and good. Everything here is all nice and tight. Like how it's gonna look when it's done. Oh, I bent my oil dipstick. There we go. Sorry guys, you didn't see that. Anyway, I bent the dipstick. I don't have that bracket. Oh, sorry. You see the bracket's supposed to go there and head to the head? I don't have that on this. So it's just, I tried getting it out and I was gonna break out, so I just left it. It's in there, it ain't coming out of the block, so should be fine. Should be fine for the life of this motor. So all these connector ends to plug stuff into. So Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Alright guys. And over here you can see, again, all the stuff for the throttle position sensor and all that's all nice and hidden. You know, you don't see anything. Right? When you come over here, there's just so much going on in this motor that you don't really see. Oh, let me zoom out. What's actually going on? All the wiring is tucked out behind there. I still have to do the trans wiring and stuff like that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's late, so. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. If you guys want to, continue to see the journey of this thing firing up soon, I'm ready to put the starter back in it, and then, hang on. Then literally I could just plug that shit in, the ignition side of it, and be done. And we could just see if it'll start. And I'm like, yeah. So, I don't know, but I still have to, I still have to get new injector harnesses or something. I don't know, I'm going to talk to Holley tomorrow, and then I'm going to see what's available for me, and we'll go from there. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. For this, I guess we're going to call it putting the harness in the truck. So, alright guys, again, love you, God bless, have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whenever, and I'll see you next video. Love you, and thanks for all the support and the subs. I really appreciate it.